Welcome to this episode of YouTube where Ryka's in beautiful form here, a great winter coat, tail wagging, pretty excited to see staff. And we were talking a little bit about the differences that you might see when we're doing wolf care. Ryka very, very engaged in humans, being a single pup, being a pup that was bottle fed the neonate stage. She's very tuned into people. Kaz and Blackstone being quite a bit older, they didn't come here till they were 34 days old, being a little bit more reserved with the wolf care staff. But overall, the pack is really what's important. Caretakers, our job is to care for the wolves, but really the social dynamics of this pack is about the pack mates. And so you can see Ryka still doing a lot of that engagement in wrestling, doing ride-ups, and this is Blackstone actually with his paw on her back, and that paw on her back is a little bit of dominance, and certainly Ryka goes into a ride-up, and Ryka responds with some good jaw sparring. It does go back and forth as far as who is the social companion for Ryka. So in this particular case, in a little more somber mood with just Blackstone, and you'll notice the difference between when there's multiple wolves together, there might be a little bit more activity versus just one-on-one between wolves. This is, again, Ryka and Blackstone in a very social, certainly bonding posture on top of the pump house there. So Blackstone is fairly timid. He probably is working his way to the bottom of the rank order, but Ryka is the only female, and so we always talk about in our previous experience of having a dominant pair that Ryka is going to choose. And so we've been watching as we approach Valentine's Day here next Tuesday, who's Ryka really kind of focusing on. So we've got a little bit of clips, and Axel is resting on Ryka's back, and Ryka's aware of it. And certainly, that's an interesting posture. Now, is it related to where the position of the sun is, or does it mean anything? It is very hard for us to tell. We don't know what wolves think, and we certainly just can only interpret behavior. But we are seeing males are paying attention to Ryka, whether that be wanting to sleep close to her, waiting for her. She was in the medical pen and resting in the nice warm hay when it was a little bit chilly, and all the males were lined up outside the medical pen waiting for her to come out. So calm moments can quickly change into more intense moments when it comes to things like food resources and Tug of War. One of the big distractions that we do have here is a lot of hides, and those hides are used for this particular purpose to give them something to focus on, especially if there's a little bit of anxiety. Now Axel here is going to try and come and play Tug of War with the pups and Ryka, but probably not a real good choice. So the winner gets to run away with the hide, but I'm not certain if you're a winner, because once you have it, everybody wants to chase you. So it's definitely an interesting game that goes on. And you see Grayson in a higher T2 tail, just really responding to that energy, and just by posturing there, kind of calming himself down. So the weather has been warm. We went from 33 below last week to within 24 hours a high of 30 degrees. So this warmer weather will typically be too warm for the wolves. So the circadian pattern of activity will start making a change as we get closer to spring. Now, there's a lot of winter yet left. It's only February 10th, but certainly for the wolves' sake, any temperatures above 10 degrees are a little bit too warm for them. So thanks for watching, and have a great weekend.